Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so we're continuing from Vilap Kusumanjali. We were last speaking verse 46. In verse 46, Srimati Radhika has returned home from her midday pastimes with Krishna, and then Yashoda sends a messenger requesting her to cook sweets for Krishna upon his return from grazing the cows. So Radhika's body previously, when she was separated from Krishna, she told the gopis, "Why have you brought me away? You've brought me away from Krishna and now I'm feeling so much pain of separation." So her body became very hot in separation from Krishna. But when she was back in Javat and the request came from Yashoda to cook for Krishna, immediately she became overjoyed. And she quickly changed her outfit into something fitting, something to wear while cooking in the kitchen. So Radhika went into her room and the manjaris quickly gave her a thin white silken cloth. And wearing this, Srimati Radhika entered the kitchen, and this is around this time of day. A little bit later, 5:30, Radhika then began to quickly cook many sweets. We know some of these kinds of sweets, rasagula, mainly preparations made with pure cow ghee, and chena. Chena is like when you boil milk. After you boil it, you let it cool down a little bit. To make proper paneer, you should not put the curdling agent when the milk is just boiling, because then the paneer will become hard and rubbery. So what you do is, to make very soft paneer, you boil the milk, then take it off the stove or turn off the stove and let it cool till it's like you can put your finger for a couple of seconds. Now, whenever we test the heat, the rule is never put your nail in it. You can touch the side or you can use your knuckle. The knuckle is not impure, but the nail obviously is contaminated, many bacteria and dirt. So you can test it like this, and for like a second or two you can keep it there. Then you can mix curdling agent. So you can mix different things like lemon, but if you want very soft paneer, the best thing to do is use yogurt. So you use yogurt to curdle the milk, and it adds volume to the paneer, and it makes it very soft and creamy. And then once it separates from the milk and you get the whey and the paneer separate, then you also let that soak in the whey for some time. And then you strain it out. And then you strain it so that not all the water has left. And then they use it to make paneer sandesh, or you rub it with the base of your hand until it becomes very fine. And then they can make rasgullas, gulab jamins, rasmalai, sandesh. So this is one kind of sweet they make. Then she makes a sweet called Manohar Laddu. This is one of famous sweets in Braj that is dearmost to Krishna. So maybe on another occasion we'll have a chance and we can cook Manohar Laddu together and learn how to make it. They also make burfis. So burfi is like many types of sweets are made out of cooked down milk. Cooked down until it becomes like some are harder, some are softer. Then they make many kinds of laddus out of various kinds of nuts. So they will roast cashew in ghee or almond or pistachio. They will make powder and make laddus out of it. Or they may dice up the nuts and make like a laglu. So you take different nuts, roast it gently in ghee, then cut them up until they're finely diced, and then cook them together with cut up dates, figs, or like blueberries, raisins, and then they cook it down. You don't need to add extra sugar then. It's sweetened by the natural sweetness of the dried fruit, and then with the richness of the nuts, it's a very nice laddu. They can make these into big laddus. You can also make this laddu with bundi. Bundi is you take chickpea flour and mix it with some water and make a batter, and then you put it through a strainer with small holes like a colander, and then it's like raindrops into the oil. And then each of the raindrops fries out into a little circle ball. After that, you take that out, you can soak it in a thick syrup and make laddus with it, or what you can do is you don't put it in a syrup. Instead, you put it in this kind of date mixture that you're boiling, and then it becomes big laddus. In Puri, they make this. In South India, you can get them each as like a fist. Especially Srinath Dev and Dijis in South India, they love these kinds of laddus. Govinda Dev gets bundi laddu. Whenever the prasad comes from Govinda Dev in Jaipur, you get bundi laddus. So then another kind of sweet they make is sweets fried in ghee. So some sweets are from paneer, some sweets are cooked down milk, some sweets are made from nuts and fruit, some sweets are made from different preparations fried in ghee. So they make balushai. You take fresh white flour and you mix it with ghee. So you take 1 kilo of white flour, then you need 350 grams ghee. And you mix the ghee in and mix it together so that the flour becomes like a ball without any extra water. It's already like a ball. That's how much ghee you need. Not like it's wet, but that it holds together and then it will crumble. Then you mix a little bit of water. So one sweet is called balushai. Actually, the more ghee you put, the better. And after you make the dough, you mix it around in your hand until you get to be like a circle with natural kinds of braid around it, you know. And then you can also fold it with your hand. And then you fry that in ghee for about 35-40 minutes on a very slow temperature, like 280 Fahrenheit, 300 Fahrenheit. After that, then you put it in a syrup. And on top of it, you put pistachio slices. So this is a very famous sweet called balushai. Then they make san papri. San papri is very difficult to make. If you see how they make san papri, it's very amazing. They make a sugar syrup that's very tight. And then they, on the other side, they've already roasted chickpea flour in ghee. And they mix that with the sugar syrup until it becomes so hard, like it's very hot, but it's also very thick sugar. And so then they have to use like paddles to beat it and to pull, and then they pull it back and forth. And that's how you get all the different layers of san papri. And as it's cooling, then the sugar crystallizes with the ghee and the chickpea flour and becomes very soft, moist, and flaky. So this is san papri. Then they make chandrakala. This is like two very thin puris with nuts, like one called like pine nuts, chironzi, and camphor, cardamom pod seeds. So many sweets like that, and then you make a round puri samosa. And all of these, they should be so like sumptuous. When you bite into it, it melts in your mouth, and all the ras enters within. So there's so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sweets they make. But not every day. Every day is fresh. Every day is something new. Radhika is said to be so expert at cooking that she never likes to make anything twice. She always makes it in an ever fresh way. So we can imagine how expert a cook Radhika is, that in the unlimited Brahmandas, there's unlimited universes, and Krishna is always appearing in these different universes. And in every universe, Radhika with her Sakis is cooking many different preparations, but she's always making it fresh. How expert is Srimati Radhika? So that's why if we want to cook nicely for Krishna, for Mahaprabhu and for the devotees, we must meditate upon and pray to Srimati Radhika for her blessings. And when we enter the kitchen, we offer pranam in the kitchen to Srimati Radhika. We can say different prayers, Mahabhava Surupatam, Radha Thakurani, Sarvagunakani, Krishna Kanta Shiromani. We can say prayers like this, and we offer pranam to Radhika and all her associates. And with that meditation, we enter the kitchen, and when you light the fire, there's a prayer you do. So if you want to cook for Krishna, you should be in proper consciousness. What you think will enter in, the consciousness you have enters into the cooking you make. So that's why when we enter the kitchen, if you want it to be offered properly to Krishna, you should be in clean cloth. You should treat the kitchen the same as you treat the altar. So when you go on the altar, you're wearing clean cloth. You've taken a bath, you've put on tilak. You've done Atma Shuddhi also. Atma Shuddhi means internal purification, thinking, I'm not this body, I am not from this country, that country. I'm only Gopi Bhartu Padakamlayo Gadasa Dasa Anudasa. I'm the servant of those gopis and Sri Krishna. So with that meditation, we enter the kitchen and we meditate that we are simply the dasis of Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika is the head chef and we are cooking under her guidance. This is the mood of our devotees when we cook. That's why it's very important that when we eat, we take only Mahaprasad, because if we are taking things cooked from people who are in a very low materialistic consciousness, then that will affect our mood and we will not be able to meditate on Krishna. There's a few verses that are important. One is Jivar lalas jay uti uti dai shisno dara parayan Krishna nahi pai. Those who are running here and there after gratifying their tongue will become the servant of not only their tongue but their belly and their genitals. It's in one line. And you will not ever be able to achieve Krishna. Sisno dara parayan means you're under the influence of your tongue, your belly, your genitals. You'll never achieve Krishna. So you should take Mahaprasad cooked by the Vaishnavas. Mahaprabhu also said, Bishair ana malin hoeman, malin man hoile nahi Krishna smaran. If you take foodstuffs cooked by materialistic people who are not devotees, who have no love for Krishna, who are cooking in a very impure way, without pure consciousness, using many different things that are in tamagun, rajagun, then you will not be able to focus your mind on Krishna. So for people who are not anyhow doing smaran of Krishna, then for them, they don't notice a difference. But Prabhuji, for example, is very strict. In the last 50 years in the mutt, he never takes anything from outside. What to speak of devotees cooking it? He is so strict that even they cook it from outside and bring it, he won't take it. Only if certain people cook the right mentality, then it will not disturb one's Krishna smaran. Nowadays, people think whatever comes from anywhere, any place, any time, no problem. I'll go eat on the street here and there. But that means we're like stray animals. And we don't have any home, any mamata. So if we have a home mamata, then it said mother's cooking is the best cooking. If you have a mother, you have a family, then you're not going to wander around like an orphan on the street. Imagine, like, if your family makes the best kind of thing that's possible, why would you go here and there to some fast food joint? So we always meditate on Srimati Radhika's cooking, and under her guidance, we also love to cook for Krishna. It's very important. This is one of the main limbs of our devotional practice, okay? So this is meditating on Radhika's cooking.